Guys, if you watched the live watch along, you've seen my reaction to the game. You've seen my feelings of the game. Uh, I'm not gonna scream. My voice actually hurts. I kind of have a headache. I didn't even want to make this video. I just wanted to wait until like tomorrow or something. I just wanted to sleep and just be like, okay, let me just relax, and I'll get to the reaction tomorrow. But honestly, it cannot wait. It cannot wait. And I want to talk about the entire performance in this Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich in the second leg. We're not even gonna look at other legs. Just look at this leg. First of all, I want to say Mbappe, Arda Güler, Fede Valverde, Jude Bellingham. Yeah, I could confidently say they were our best players in this entire game. Whereas Mendy, Rudiger, Militao and Trent had an alright game. I'm not gonna say it was their best game, but they did good. They did average. Maybe a bit below average considering we lost 4-2. But then we come to three players. Camavinga, Vinicius Jr. and Lunin. First of all, with Lunin, my biggest issue isn't the goal that Harry Kane scored, or isn't the goal Diaz scored. Because first of all, the goal Harry Kane scored, it was a defensive error. Yeah, they got tricked by a run made, which gave Harry Kane open space when he was the one who got the ball, not the one who made the run. So they got tricked, and Harry Kane had a lot of space, so close to goal. Lunin couldn't do much about it. I don't blame him for that. I call that a defensive error. Even with the Diaz goal, I don't see that as an issue, because it was a deflection. If there wasn't a deflection by Militao's knee or thigh, he would have saved it. And then the fourth goal was just an icing on the cake for Bayern Munich. But my issue was Lunin today looked very dizzy, very confused. He didn't know where he should stand, where he should pass, what he should do. At times you would see him, he'd give a pass, yeah, it would go to nobody. He'd especially, like, I said this in the stream, guys. Go back to every single corner and just keep your eye on Lunin. And just look at how he's positioned and how they're blocking him from getting, like, every time the ball would come somewhere, he would react very late, and he wouldn't even be in the right position. So when it comes to set pieces and corners, Lunin was a big liability right there. Very, very big liability. Okay? But I'm not going to come and say right now Lunin was the main reason we lost. No. I'll come to a collective thing, but I just want to get to Vinicius and Camavinga. With Vinicius Jr., I've honestly come to the end of this whole trying to back him up. I don't know if I want to back him up anymore. I really don't know how I feel about Vinicius anymore. Because Vinicius, I know he does this. I'm not blind. I know he's done this every single game. But I feel like he would put on an effort to do better in big games. Like this one against Bayern Munich. No. Vinicius Jr. walks, Vinicius Jr. complains, Vinicius Jr. throws his hands, gets angry at his own teammates. Vinicius Jr. complains, and when he doesn't get his way, he's gonna keep getting booked, or someone has to hold him back. And and let's just put all of that aside, yeah, because that's nothing new. When Vinicius Jr. gets the ball, yeah, he cannot get past anyone. And not just Bayern, not just City, even really low tier La Liga teams, low tier Spanish team, weaker Spanish players, he cannot get past players. He cannot dribble and win a one-on-one. Vinicius versus a one-on-one with the defender, he cannot do anything. And that's such a big problem for Vinicius. Because we know he can. We know Vinicius can do incredible things. Yeah? We know he can. He was supposed to win the Ballon d'Or. He's a Ballon d'Or winner. But then everything came crashing down after that. What's that supposed to be? He can't dribble past anyone. He can't shoot. He can't even use his left foot. Use your left foot a bit. That was also an issue with Mbappe, where he had a massive opportunity, but he let it go to his right and it just drifted too wide for him and he messed the shot up. We need you guys to... But Vinicius doesn't do anything. Vinicius is broken down. What's the deal? Honestly, at some point I was like, oh, Mbappe. I did mention this in one of my streams or videos or somewhere. It's somewhere out there. I said this. Mbappe came in, he ruined the system between Vinicius and Rodrigo. That a very good system. Yeah? A very good system was ruined there. But honestly, after looking at today and taking into consideration all the other games this year and last year and whatnot, I just want to say, like, I'm sorry to Mbappe. Mbappe's... He got himself a goal. Yes, Vinicius gave the assist, but Mbappe has been doing way more work than Vinicius. At least when Mbappe runs, it feels dangerous. When he does something, it feels like, okay, there's a chance. When Vinicius gets the ball, I'm like, oh, bro, this guy's going to lose the ball in 2 seconds. I'm like, what the hell is going to happen here? You know? What do you want? That's how I feel when I look at Vinicius. That's why I see when I see him hold the ball. I don't even know how he got a 6.9 rating on FullMob or whatever other ratings other platforms are giving him. He deserves a much lower rating. I don't care that he got an assist. Okay? At the end of the day, the assist didn't even matter. He still lost at the end of the day. Vinicius needs to either pack his bags and get out or really step it up. Okay? He really has to. It's not an Mbappe problem. This is no longer, and quite frankly, I should have said this a long time ago. But I was too arrogant maybe. I was too stubborn. Or I was just acting very ignorant. I don't know what the reason is. And it doesn't really matter what the reason is. But Vinicius, it's not an Mbappe problem. Mbappe is a much better player. Of course, without a doubt, Mbappe is better. But we didn't expect there to be such a big margin, a big downfall by Vinicius Jr. And he gets excited by doing stuff. He gets excited for his teammates while he does absolutely nothing. I don't even think he deserves any credit at this point, because honestly, all he does is lose the ball and give it to the opponents. Exactly what Karim Benzema said back in 2021 or 2022, somewhere around then. And we all remember that famous moment between Benzema and Mendy. Benzema was like, he's just playing for the opponent, he's playing with the opponents, don't pass him the ball. Honestly, at this point, we should just go back to that. Maybe that'll motivate Vinicius Jr. to actually stepping up. You're playing in Real Madrid. You're not playing in whatever other team. You're playing in the best club in the 21st century, the best club in history. Okay? And then we get to Camavinga. Camavinga comes in the 61st minute. Okay, he gets subbed in, I think for Arda Güler, if I remember correctly. He gets subbed in for Arda Güler, 61st minute. Not long later, he gets himself a yellow card for fouling. And that was such an unnecessary foul. If he did what he was supposed to do, aka be in his position, aka stop jogging around and walking around and wobbling around nowhere and sprinting back to get in front of him rather than constantly resort to pulling the defender down, because we know he does that a lot. Just go and watch all of his games. You see Camavinga pulling shirts, pulling players, pushing them down, because he's not where he's supposed to be. If he's standing where he's supposed to be, he would try and defend properly. But because he's not, he has to pull the guy down and get himself a yellow card. And then not long later, he goes on to foul. He gets lucky that he didn't get booked. He wasn't getting booked for that foul. Okay? That was still the second foul, if you want to call it, but no booking. And keep in mind, for those who didn't watch or are unaware, the ball was all the way in Bayern's half. So why pick up the ball and start wasting time in the 86th minute? If the ball is on their side and you are still tying and there is no threat at all, why are you picking up the ball and getting yourself a second yellow card? And he gets surprised. Whoever got surprised by the fact that Camavinga got a yellow card and don't think he deserved that yellow card, they don't understand football. Because he deserved that yellow card, he had to get that red card and get sent out. Because he shouldn't have picked up that ball. You already nudged it a little bit with your feet. Just let it go. Why did you have to pick it up and get yourself a red card? Yes, I blame you. I blame Camavinga for us losing. Because the moment Camavinga did that, when we went down to 10 men, they already started targeting our right side, where Vinicius started to come back in defense. And when Vinicius defends, we're even more screwed. Okay? And then when that happened, we just got unlucky with the deflection and they scored, and that just closed the door on us. 89th minute a goal to put them a goal ahead of us. 4-3, 5, what was it? 5-4, I don't know, whatever. One goal ahead of us in aggregate. And then Real Madrid just stopped. Couldn't do anything. Throughout the entire game, I've said this also on the stream when I was watching the game, I said this. Bayern Munich were dominating so well in building up and putting pressure, in playing on and off the ball. They were perfect. Bayern Munich were honestly playing very well, and I respect it. Okay? As much as it angers me, because at the end of the day, I don't want them to play well. I want my team to win. But Bayern Munich did that. Okay, I'm like, okay, they're doing that, but we're countering and getting goals. We got the first goal, then they scored. We got the second goal, then they scored. Then we got the third goal, they scored. At least we're countering. But then in the second half, it's like everything closed down. In the first 5 minutes, nothing really happened. After that, we kind of dominated. We had some important, vital attempts that we should have taken advantage of, but we didn't. And then towards the end, in like 70th minute, 75th minute onwards, we just went downhill. Real Madrid don't feel hungry. Real Madrid didn't play as a collective team. It was like, okay, it's done. There is nothing else for us to do, And I knew this. As soon as as soon as nobody was scoring anymore in the second half, I knew the only way we're gonna know who wins is by whoever scores the next goal. And the next goal is coming towards the end of the game. It just had to be because we got a red card. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, and I'm being completely honest, I think we had the opportunity to win. The opportunity. I can't say we were guaranteed to win, but I think we had the opportunity to win, regardless of what happened. Because if it wasn't for that red card, we were still in the game, and Bayern were struggling to get past us. Okay, we are holding our defense quite strong enough, just enough to not let them score. So by us getting a red card, we lost our chance. But if we did not lose a red card, which is such a stupid red card, and honestly, Camavinga, like, maybe it is time for you to also pack your bags and get out. Yeah, you and Vinicius, you guys can go together if you want to. Honestly, I wouldn't have an issue. I wouldn't be upset anymore, because this is absolutely horrific. This is 2 years. Pretty much 2 years. It's pretty much guaranteed that we lost the La Liga. So it's pretty much guaranteed that we are 2 years trophyless. Real Madrid, the best club in history, is 2 years goes 2 years trophyless. Not even one trophy. At least win La Liga. At least win the Super Copa de España. At least win the Copa del Rey. Win something. No. Nothing. Absolutely zilch. Nothing. Zero. I'm not gonna talk too much, to be honest, although I already did quite a lot. Real Madrid are playing only in La Liga. We have 7 more games and then that's it in the season for us. And we have Barcelona coming ahead not long later. And honestly, nothing but luck can come our way. If Barcelona somehow lose 3 games in their next 7 games, that's the only opportunity we're going to get to win a trophy this year. Okay, and I don't think Barcelona are going to really lose. They just got knocked out of the Champions League themselves, and they're just going to go full on power, on making sure they don't even lose 1 point. Okay, so game is a game. We'll see what happens. I'll make sure to talk about what my opinions are on what Real Madrid should do next. We'll see what the situation is. But at this point, this is it, guys. This is it. Yeah, there isn't much else to say. I'll just catch you guys all in the next one. Take care and bye.